Hey guys, this is my last lesson on gene linkage and we're done. This one hopefully will be short and sweet. Cable! Mommy's doing her work. Okay? Alright, so this... Shut the door. So this lesson is on... gene linkage and the fact that when chromosomes are close together, they cross over together. And when genes are further apart, they cross over separately. So, I don't know. I'm going to just draw this a little bit bigger. Like this. Okay, let's say we have genes A and B. And little a and little b like that. And A and B here. And A and B here. Right? You guys can see, like, because these two chromosomes, A and B, right? Let's say they're like only one map unit apart. Right? Because they're only one map unit apart, these guys are super close together, right? They're really close together. That means, imagine these two arms kind of overlapping, right? So imagine this arm, right, overlaps here. This arm overlaps here. This arm had little a, little b. This arm had big A, big B. Well, because these two genes are so close together, what is going to probably end up happening is that you're going to end up with little a and little b and big A and big B, right? Both of them crossed over together here, and both of them crossed over together here, right? So basically, when genes are close together, they cross over together. Together. So when genes are close to each other, they cross over, right, together as well. And I'm going to show you why when they're further apart. So just take a look here. They tend to cross over separately. So we're going to still draw these chromosomes here, okay? Just like this. And here I have genes A and B, A, B, little a, little b, little a, little b. And let's say these are like 20 map units apart. 20 map units apart, right? You can see that genes A and B are way more further apart than they were in the last example where they were only one map unit apart. Now let's say the same region crosses over, right? So this region kind of crosses over with this region like that. Well, what's going to happen is, right, you're going to get little a here and big A over here. They're going to exchange genes, and the end result is going to be the little a here, the big B here, the big A here, and the little b here. Do you see that only these two chromosomes crossed over? Because only this region crossed over, but this, right? Nothing happened, stayed the same. And that's because when genes are further apart, they cross over. So the genes cross over separately, right? So hopefully you guys can see that in this example where I said there were 20 map units, that these A, right? Only the A crossed over, but this, nothing happened to that, right? So this is occurring separate to that. Whereas when genes are super close together, right? Like in my last example, when genes are super close together, like this close together, right? And let's say this region crossed over, then these two cross over together. So both of these end up on this side, and both of these end up on that side. And that, you guys have to know, okay? Also, you guys can assume that if the recombination frequency is over 50%, that means the genes are not linked. So what does that mean? That means that the genes are on separate chromosomes. So basically genes A, right, and B are on separate chromosomes if the recombination frequency is about 50%, is about or over 50%. So genes are not linked, right? But if the recombination frequency is under 50%, then the genes are linked, which means that the genes are found on the same chromosome, right? A, B, A, B. Now, so genes A and B are found on the same chromosomes, genes A and B are found on different chromosomes. And that's all I had to say for that. Sorry for the interruption at the very beginning. This is what happens when you work at home, people. Okay, remember, wash your hands and don't touch your face. Please email me if you have any questions, and that's all I had to say about this lesson, and I hope you understand it. Okay, bye.